I'm aging. Yeah, I know, obvious, right? And I am lucky and grateful and thankful that I get to stand up here and say that out loud. But I gotta tell you, it is weird. It's like I'm having an out-of-body experience and I'm living it and watching it at exactly the same time. I'm a scientist looking down into a microscope, into a petri dish, and that petri dish is me and the aging. It's a fascinating subject. Let's start with my hair. My hair is curly and brown and dark normally, but there's some gray wiry things joining. They are at war and the grays are winning. I've got this hair in my chin and on my neck that no matter what I do, I can pluck, I can shave, I can wax, and those bad boys show up in exactly the same spot. My esthetician told me recently that skin and hair have memory. See, I told you, fascinating. And if that's true, that means that my eyebrows that are thinning are losing their memories. My mustache that is thickening is making new memories. And my toes want to have a whole party going on with this memory thing. What is up with toe hair? My skin is shifting. I've got these parentheses around my mouth. I've got what I will not call crow's feet. I've got these laugh lines that are deepening. The skin on my neck is crepey and wrinkly. It looks like a lot what I think a baby dragon skin might look like. And speaking of dragons, I caught a glimpse of myself in a Zoom meeting the other day. And my hands, that skin is crepey and thinning, those veins are popping and they are blue and green, and you can see my bones. So, what are these? Dragon claws. Everything that used to be flat and soft is now hard, and all of the things that are hard are now soft. All the things that were tight are jiggling a whole lot. What was flat is actually really curvy now. My prayers, my wishes, my dreams as a teenager to have boobs finally happened at 45. And now I have the privilege and the honor of buying expensive bras, especially if I want them to be pretty, because they're G-cup. A cups and B cups and C cups are dainty and pretty and lacy and beautiful and everywhere, and designs are popping and the colors are beautiful. G cups? Industrial. They're stretchy and thick and they have a job to do. They gotta minimize, they gotta support. It's as if sometime in the universe, the bra industry determined that smaller breasts need to be caressed and loved and swathed in beautiful fabric. Bigger breasts need to be locked down, controlled, contained. My bigger breasts are heavier and rounder, and they're sitting on top of my double gut. I've named it Millie is at the top, Tilly is at the bottom. My thighs are getting closer. It's a good thing they like each other. My knees and my feet are so loud, they talk all the time. They're moaning and they're groaning and they're snapping and they're popping and they're crackling, especially in the morning when I'm trying to get ready. I have tools. I need tools for everything. I have glasses and contacts, and I have reading glasses because the contacts aren't actually strong enough. I have captions everywhere. I do in fact need and have hearing aids, but I don't have them in tonight. It's just too much. I would like to add to that list of tools a leave, braces for my ankles and my knees, ice packs, heating pads. And I apologize to anyone who is close to me tonight. That smell is a Tiger Balm back patch. Every day, and I am not exaggerating, every single day, I am reminded of this shift and this change. Everything that I love requires all kinds of preparation. If I want to have sex, I got to get the replens, the toys, and a lot of time. Dinners out with friends are no longer just how are two people or more than two people going to figure out where we're going to go. We got to figure out and do a whole menu analysis of sodium and salt and butter and fried food and how many fish options are there? Can someone please bring the Lactaid? If I want to take a walk, go to the beach, pet a dog, I got to grab some Zyrtec. Champagne, bourbon, cocktails require a surge of water, which means that every event has way more bathroom breaks than they need to. It's kind of taken away from the energy and the enjoyment. However, if I do not have the water, there will be hell to pay. Recovery time is long. So again, every day, every single day, I am reminded that I am getting older, my youth is fading, therefore I should just give it up now because my relevance is ending. And so I can either embrace chromedom or I can dive right into the anti-aging industrial complex and spend a fortune. I'm struck by how every interview, every discussion about women of a certain age who's just out there living their lives, creating, building, nurturing, activating, loving, caring for other people, and occasionally they do it in high heel shoes. We treat them like they're the alien species somehow. And every article has in it 3 words or some version of these 3 words: for her age. For her age. Now, in spite of all that, I have never felt better. I am alive in ways, awake in ways that I just wasn't before. I feel strong. I feel powerful. I feel sexy. I feel beautiful. I feel delicious and juicy. Now, here's the moment where I, as storyteller, am supposed to tell you, audience, about the big moment, the huge epiphany in my life. And I'm supposed to give you the Bible verse or the poem or the book or the TED Talk that got me there. I don't think it works like that anymore. I don't think there's a big moment. I don't think that it happens like that. I think it's smaller moments. I think it's more like when you're looking at a camera and you're trying to take a photograph and you're moving the lens and it's just that moment, unpredictable, but you turn it in just the right way and the picture's there and you can see it clearly. Or you take that same motion with a kaleidoscope, tiny little shift in the motion, and the perspective in the picture changes completely. Or maybe there's a switch and it's buried in our bodies somewhere, and you have to be a certain weight or a certain age for this switch to kick in. All I know is that when the switch was off, lots of chaos, lots of confusion, lots of critique, lots of criticism, all in my head, by the way. The inner critic showed up for work every day and did overtime. All kinds of questions about, when am I ever going to get it together? Am I good enough? Am I smart enough? Am I pretty enough? Does any of this really matter? Everybody else seems to have it together. What is wrong with me? How do I fix this? Lots of frenzy, lots of discomfort, lots of anxiety. And then one day the switch went on. And there was calm. And there was ease. It was quiet. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that the fears and the insecurities went away, because they didn't. At least once a day, I think to myself, what the hell am I doing? I think what's different now is I know something. And in that deep knowing, I finally am comfortable in my skin. And here's what I know. I know that I have enough. I have absolutely everything I need. I do enough, and I am enough. I am enough. And that, my friends, is absolutely enough. Thank you for listening.